So, horror actress films for killing.
I'm a notary. I got called to do a signing, and it didn't go well.
He had this document. He thrust it at my grandmother. He said that if she didn't sign it, he'd kill my mother.
Who shot him? I don't know.
Would it surprise me if they conspired to kill him? It wouldn't surprise me at all.
On July 26, 2016, a bitter family feud reaches an explosive breaking point in Applegate, Oregon, leaving one man dead and investigators scrambling to uncover who pulled the trigger.
He said that if she didn't sign it, he'd kill my mother.
Who shot? I'm a notary.
Go back again.
I got called to do a signing, and it didn't go well.
He had this document. He thrust it at my grandmother. He said that if she didn't sign it, he'd kill my mother.
Who shot him? I don't know.
Would it surprise me if they conspired to kill him? It wouldn't surprise me at all.
On July 26, 2016, a bitter family feud reaches an explosive breaking point in Applegate, Oregon, leaving one man dead and investigators scrambling to uncover who pulled the trigger. As they work to determine if this was a devastating
Oh, what did you try to put?
accident or a cold and calculated plot, the truth emerges with the shocking realization that the entire incident was caught on camera. The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Just before 4 p.m., a 911 call reaches Jackson County dispatchers, but they struggle to get critical information as chaos unfolds at a remote farmhouse.
And I need someone now, and I need an ambulance. What's the problem? Take your best guess. God, take your best guess. I can't guess, ma'am. You're there. You tell me what the emergency is. I didn't see anything. All I can tell you is a gun went off. You need to tell me what happened. He's dead. I think he's dead. Who shot him? Is somebody coming? They're on their way. Who shot him? I'm a notary. I don't know. I'm a notary. I got called to do a signing, and it didn't go well. Honey, let me stay up here. I'm just nervous about you leaving with that. Hey, come back, please. Hey. No. I want you to come back here with that. I'm sorry. I'm just worried about her walking around with a gun. Okay, where's the gun at? Who has the gun? One of the people. I don't know these people. I know you. Listen to me. I'm not trying to be upset with you or unreasonable, but you have to understand the level of this emergency. Who has the gun and where is it? I don't know her name. It's in her hand. Understand the level of this emergency. Who has the gun and where is it? I don't know her name. It's in her hand.
First responders make their way to the scene, but with an unsecured gun and no ID on the suspect, they have no idea what situation they're walking into. As the dispatcher attempts to get help for the unknown victim, she faces unexpected challenges.
Okay, listen to me. Are you in a position where you can go help the patient? Oh, no, I don't do blood. Oh, he's still alive. Okay, listen, we can save his life if you're willing to help him. Or if you're not willing, then give the phone to somebody that is willing. Okay, Kelly, lay the gun down on the table. Okay. Do you want to talk to them? They want to know about his condition. Okay, so this is his sister, Kelly. Okay. What? Okay, listen to me. Who is the person that shot? My brother, Shane. Okay, all right. Is Shane still breathing? He's still alive. Okay. He was shot in the chest. And who shot him? I don't know. You have no idea who shot him? That's right. I have no idea who shot him. Okay. Is there any serious bleeding? Ma'am? Okay. Bleeding all over the place. Okay. Is he completely alert? No, he's nearly dead. Okay, listen to me. Ma'am, you need to take a deep breath. If you want to help your brother, I'm more than willing to help you, but you need to listen. I don't want to help him. Why don't you want to help him? Because he's a crazy meth addict.
Confusion only grows when Kelly hands the phone to someone else.
That's crazy.
What did he do that warranted the being shot? Did he hurt someone? Was he armed? No, he was just here at my house. Okay, did you shoot him, ma'am? No. Who shot him?
Oh, it's an old woman.
I don't know.
The shooter has yet to be identified, and with an unidentified suspect still armed, the situation is far too dangerous for paramedics to approach. The phone is handed off once again, this time to someone who's willing to help the victim.
It's a chest wound.
Who are you?
I'm just okay, I live here on the property.
Okay, are you with the patient?
Yes, I'm sitting right over now.
Okay. Is he awake?
Yes.
Did you shoot him?
That's it. No mouth.
Okay, listen to me. I'm going to tell you how to give mouth to mouth. Are you right there?
I'm here.
Okay, place your hand on his forehead and your other hand under his neck. Then tilt the head back.
Okay, but he got blood in his mouth, too.
The man
Crazy
attempts
as hell.
CPR while waiting on paramedics.
In the
They
background
finally
screaming,
arrive
"Die."
after 20 minutes, but they won't approach until they know the gun is safely secured.
They can come in. They can come in and say, I'm right here.
I understand that, sir. That's their protocol.
Don't let this man die behind a death.
Hey, listen, let's not give up. Just keep doing it over and over, okay?
Oh, can you just, if they're sitting at the gate, can't they come in, do their job?
I already told them, sir.
24 years and 3 wars.
I already told them.
Nobody can be that much of a coward. I'm right here. I put my life, my reputation, everything on the line. Tell them they are safe. Please come in.
The phone is passed once again back to Kelly, who finally updates the dispatcher on the gun's location.
I have the gun. The person who shot the gun does not have the gun. The gun is hidden away. Okay, the gun has been secured? Both right here. Okay, the gun is secured. Okay. Please send them in. Okay. I let them know that the gun has been secured. And where's the female that did the shooting? Where is she at?
My daughter, and she's in here.
Okay.
She's been with me.
Okay.
With the gun secure, first responders finally make their way onto the
Her
scene,
daughter shot?
but it's too late. 63-year-old
Damn.
Shane Patrick Moore is dead as the result of a single gunshot wound to the chest. Officers identify the
Damn,
family
rest in
members
peace.
present: Shane's elderly mother, Lori Moore, the owner of the home, Shane's sister Kelly, and Kelly's daughter, 26-year-old Aisling Tucker Moore Reed. As Kelly is placed in handcuffs, she questions if her brother Shane is dead, stating, "I hope so." Officers noted in their reports Kelly showed no remorse and made it clear Lord Shane Patrick Moore is dead as the result of a single gunshot wound to the chest. Officers identify the family members present: Shane's elderly mother, Lori Moore, the owner of the home, Shane's sister Kelly, and Kelly's daughter, 26-year-old Aisling Tucker Moore Reed. As Kelly is placed in handcuffs, she questions if her brother Shane is dead, stating, "I hope so." Officers noted in their
she
reports
evil
Kelly
as a bitch.
showed no remorse and made it very clear she was glad he was dead and he needed to stay that way. Given Kelly's statements during the 911
Gotta be
call
a
and the
reason
fact she
why.
was seen holding the gun, suspicions surround her claim that it was Tucker who pulled the trigger. After Mirandizing Tucker, they begin to question her about what happened. But it soon becomes clear this family rivalry is more complicated than they ever imagined. Both Tucker and her mother, Kelly, are known for their work as authors. Kelly wrote the novel Deadly Medicine with her husband in 1988, a true crime novel chronicling the life of a serial killer. Tucker, along with her mother and sister, would later co-author the Amber House trilogy in 2012, a series of young adult novels with themes of gothic horror and science fiction. Despite the success of their books, family members tell investigators that Kelly and Shane would often fight over money, which led to an incident in 2015 in which Shane allegedly threw a bottle of motor oil through Kelly's screen door, which struck Tucker in the face. In a victim statement, Tucker
The money
claimed
would
the
change
injuries
people.
nearly blinded her and could have ended her career as a model and actress. She told investigators that a no-contact order was issued after the incident, prohibiting Shane from being near her. Recently, after Lori suffered a heart attack, Kelly and Tucker temporarily moved into the farmhouse to care for her. The long-standing tension between them then escalated when Shane showed up at Lori's house a week before the shooting.
A few years ago, I learned the real
Damn,
reason
this is
some
this family problem then. What the fuck?
Document he thrust it at my grandmother. He said that if she didn't sign it, he'd kill my mother.
Oh wow.
And about
Now,
that
is
time,
this stuff that you heard him say, or is it stuff that your grandmother
this
told?
is something nobody knew. My mother asked her, why would she sign a thing without anyone present? You know, right after you've been in the hospital, you already have the will. And that's when my grandmother kind of huddled into herself and said, he said he would kill you, Kelly, if I didn't sign this. And he had done that while I was in the house.
According to reports, the document would grant an equal inheritance of the property if their mother, Lori, passed away. But according to Tucker, Shane's attempt to get a signature was in direct violation of his supposed no-contact order.
Okay, so if you wouldn't have been there, Could he have came in and been part of this whole notary thing and the discussion about that?
If I hadn't been there, no, not with my mother present.
Okay. So he's not allowed to even be around your mom?
Right. So that is kind of background information I can provide you. And I just don't feel like I'm in a good position to speak about the incident today at all without a clear head and without a lawyer present. And I'm sorry about that.
For now, the interview ends, but their time with Tucker is far from over. Meanwhile, though Tucker has described Shane as threatening and violent, friends and family adamantly disagree with the characterization.
Has Shane ever been a aggressive or violent person, as far as you know?
I have never witnessed him being aggressive or violent.
Shane did make a statement days prior to this happening that he was afraid that, quote, he said, "I'm afraid Kelly's going to kill me. Afraid she's going to shoot me."
Here's an unsolicited question. If you were to ask me, would it surprise me if they conspired to kill him? It wouldn't surprise me at all.
A forensic analysis of the gun returned 2 fingerprints, but comparisons to Tucker and Kelly were insufficient to identify or exclude either of them as the shooter. The truth of who shot him remains to be seen. Thankfully, Tucker is ready to speak to detectives once more.
Can you see me?
Sorry about that.
Hi. No worries. I just wanted to add one more thing.
Oh, okay.
Since Tucker has previously mentioned an attorney, detectives read her Miranda rights again. She explains how she and Kelly reacted to what she believed were Shane's attempts to force Lori into signing documents against her will.
I kept insisting that we call the police because that's elder abuse.
Right.
And my mother said if we called the police, he would just go berserk. She was afraid that he would set fire to the house, that he would cause damage, anything and everything.
So nobody from there called the police
for the elder abuse, no. Even though we did record my grandmother talking about how it had happened on the day of.
We did have a 911 call from there, from that house. We had a call to our dispatch. This is a computer-aided dispatch sheet.
On which day?
Today. That's today's date. And the time that call was initiated was 1:44.
Nearly 2 hours before the incident, Shane dialed 911, his words shedding an alarming new light on the unfolding story.
I was hoping I could get a sheriff out here at my place. It's not a real emergency situation.
Okay. What's going on?
I'm expecting a notary public to be here at 2 o'clock to 2:30. And I don't want any trouble. I'm afraid my sister's going to try to stop the notary public and my witness from going in and signing the papers in front of my mother. Her kid fired off a gun over there this morning. You know, like they're, I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but I need this notary public to get together with my mother, and I don't want any trouble.
When Brad Schimmel was Attorney General, the
Hold
backlog
on,
of
maybe it's the reverse roles. Maybe the sisters are the bad ones here.
Earlier that morning cements her as a primary suspect in Shane's fatal shooting.
To get together with my mother, and I don't want any trouble.
The possibility that Tucker fired a gun earlier that morning cements her as a primary suspect in Shane's fatal shooting. A startling revelation further explained by Shane's roommate, Stacy.
Shane walked over to tell his mother that the notary was not going to be there until noon. And I don't know what transpired, but Shane came running back to the house, and within seconds of him hitting the back door, getting through the back door, there was shots fired off.
How many?
2.
Okay.
I heard 2 shots.
And did they come from in the direction of
Yes.
Lori's residence?
Yes.
Okay. What did Shane say to you about his, after going over to the residence that morning?
He said, quote, the little just fired off a gun.
A deputy with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office contacted Shane for more details, but ultimately informed him they could not get involved in civil issues without a court order. Now, Tucker must answer for the shocking claims.
But still, though, if Shane was doing that shit to his grandma, if that was his grandma, or to that grandma over there, that is kind of fucked up, though, trying to make her sign some shit just to get money.
Made by her uncle.
Your uncle called.
We don't know yet.
Reporting that you fired a gun on the property today.
Well,
prior to that time.
Well, that's bizarre. I found a gun that I believed belonged to my grandfather. I wanted to know if it was loaded. I took it outside onto the porch and I fired it. That was this morning.
Okay. Was that the gun that was used?
Yes.
Okay.
I gave it to my mother
wanted to know
afterwards saying,
there's bullets there, but you can really just
I
check.
think that this gun, I didn't even know how to use it. It doesn't need to be cocked to shoot, but I thought it did earlier this morning. So,
we were just kind of curious about the
you'll be able to see the gun.
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't meant to scare him or anything like that?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
People are always shooting. You can see my grandmother's...
that's important. That helps right there. That puts your voice on it. But let me ask you about, are you a gun person?
No.
All right.
No.
Have you ever shot a gun before this morning in your life?
My friend from Arkansas, when I went to USC, took me to a gun range, and he laughed at me the whole time.
Okay.
So,
all right.
You don't own any guns?
I don't own guns. I'm not licensed to carry. No.
Okay. So that kind of raises another question. What made you go out today? What was going on in your mind to make you want to test fire that gun today, to make sure it worked?
I don't know.
Right, that's true. I didn't think of that.
I've been scared out of my mind for so long. I just saw this thing.
Though Tucker has admitted to firing the gun earlier in the day, it isn't enough to prove she later used it to shoot Shane. Little do they know, Tucker's cell phone was recording when the entire incident occurred, providing crucial evidence that would later change everything. For now, Tucker describes the moment she saw Shane approaching the house.
As soon as my mom tore up the document, he ran towards the front door, which was unlocked.
Did you see him run?
Yes.
Okay.
And my mom, and I ran. This is the thing. My mom ran, and I could hear her making noises, and I started screaming, and this is where it gets hazy for me. I picked up the gun off the table because it was on the table. That's where my mother had put it. Shane started opening the door and entering the house.
Okay.
And he was banging the door into my mother. My mother was screaming, and he was screaming. And I had the gun, and... I'm sorry.
Okay.
Take your time.
I don't even remember what happened. I was, screaming. And I thought that you had to cock a gun for it to go off.
Did the gun go off?
Yes. And I thought that it was gonna, yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Why did you pick up the gun? And there's no wrong or right answer here, Tucker. It's just, we're trying to figure out.
I was absolutely sure he was gonna kill my mother. He told her earlier in the day that he was gonna kill her if she messed anything up for him, and she ripped pieces of paper up right in front of him.
Why is everyone spiraling over unskippable ads?
Hey, who knows? Let me see who's right or wrong.
Admitting she fired the shot that took Shane's life, the question remains whether her story of defending her mother's life is true or an elaborate deception. A friend of Shane's would later find it difficult to believe the shooting was anything but planned.
The kid that shot him wasn't even supposed to be on the property because she filed assault charges prior to that. If there was a problem there the day before, why was she there with a gun the next day? Why were they even there?
I mean, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's still premeditation, period.
Proving her intent, however, would be a significant challenge. As investigators search for any sign of remorse from Tucker, her mother Kelly's behavior during the 911 call raises unsettling questions.
Are you sorry this happened to Shane?
I'm so sorry.
Do you think he deserved it?
I would think he deserved to be in jail.
Because your mom made it pretty.
I remember her screaming, "Die, die," while he was bleeding out, and I was...
Okay, Brent, you got blood in his mouth, sir.
I was sobbing and sobbing.
Do you think your mom had any involvement in this?
You mean...
Like getting it all jacked up, by yelling at you, saying to shoot him? Did you hear your mom saying
I don't think my mom told...
Look at that. Kelly just stood over there and yelled at Shane, "Haven't you died yet, you piece of shit?" I'm like, damn, bro.
want me to shoot him? I don't recall that.
Witnesses from the shooting would later tell investigators they overheard Tucker state to Kelly, "You told me to do it." Tucker, however, claims her words were unrelated to the shooting.
What do you remember saying? Do you remember saying something to the effect of,
You told me I could do it.
You told me.
Watch the I was referring to the fact that I saw Shane and that everything happened because I was right there. Which is stupid because my mom was right there and she's the same thing as he's not supposed to be around her.
You told me to do it, or you told me I could do it or something?
Be there, be present while the will addendum stuff was happening.
In this particular case, what we need to do is clear out all suspicion that this was something that you shot him because you don't like him.
Right.
Okay.
I would never have done that.
And to end all the problems with all the threats and everything else.
Yeah. No, I would never have shot him in front of so many witnesses if it was just a case of me not liking him.
Okay.
I would not have done it.
Do you remember pulling the trigger?
No.
Right now, seems hard
Yes,
to
I
believe
don't
her.
know.
Okay.
We just gotta find out the end, though.
I know
Do you
that.
think you did anything wrong?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna go to hell.
Detectives leave the room to discuss what they've learned, leaving Tucker on her own. It isn't long before a sudden meltdown has them returning to check on her.
Yeah, she hitting her now. She hitting her now.
Are you okay? Okay. Take a deep breath.
Detectives allow Tucker to move to another room in an attempt to calm her down. Unaware the incident was fully caught on camera, Tucker is initially charged with first and second-degree manslaughter. After entering a plea of not guilty, during the discovery phase of the trial, Tucker's attorney turned over her phone to the prosecution. It's then they discovered the shocking video. As the footage begins, she appears to hold the phone in her hand as Shane walks toward the front door of the home.
Shane needs to stay away from the property.
They recorded the whole thing.
Oh, this is a grant deed?
So do you know what this is?
This is not getting signed.
Okay. Do you know anything about this?
No.
It was absolutely getting...
Yo, it was good foreign, boy Ryan. It's good, bro. Just watching this video right here. Kind of crazy right now. Hold on, almost done with it. 3 minutes left.
Signed.
There is
No, this is not getting signed.
Okay. Do you know anything
Chilling
about
about
this?
you.
No.
Yeah, just
It
chilling
was
too,
not
bro.
getting signed.
Streaming.
This is up to you.
Tattoos. Thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
she's not signing
You're
a
Appreciate
grant
that.
deed. She's not
No, I got a
signing
whole
a
sleeve
grant
and shit.
deed. She's not. I was told it was an. She was told it was an inheritance, a will.
An addendum to her will.
A will. This is not. This is a grant deed. You're not signing a grant deed, Mother. No, I am
Do you
not
understand what a
signing.
grant deed is?
He's
coming into the house. God damn it.
She's
Pick up the gun.
She's not signing a grant deed, Shane. I thought it was a will. She's not signing a grant deed.
Yeah, but you can
Yeah.
show
You
some
son
videos
of
or song.
Tucker picks up the gun from the table and walks toward Shane at the front door.
She's not signing a grant deed. It's her property.
She said she signed it.
As Kelly and Shane argue near the door, Tucker can be seen lifting the gun in her right hand just before pulling the trigger.
You told her. Get out of here.
Ooh.
Jesus. Oh, God. She shot it.
The video convinces law enforcement that
Oh,
Shane
yeah,
was
that was-
not
okay,
acting
she's
violently
done
or
for.
threateningly, and that Tucker did
She's
not act
done
in self-defense or for the defense of her.
She is done for.
Her mother. The charges for Tucker
Dang,
were
yeah, she
upgraded
guilty
from
as hell. What the
manslaughter
fuck?
to murder. According to multiple news sources, while out
There was
on
no
bond
need
and
for this
awaiting
shooting.
trial, Tucker continued with her acting career, starring in a lead role under the name Win Reed.
Wait, what?
According to threateningly, and that Tucker did not act in self-defense or for the defense of her mother. The charges for Tucker were upgraded from manslaughter to murder. According to multiple news sources, while out on bond and awaiting trial, Tucker continued with her acting career, starring in a lead role under the name Wynn Reed. The movie From the Dark featured Tucker in the role of a killer. According to IMDb, the cast and crew were unaware that Tucker was facing homicide charges at the time of filming. On May 27, 2020, Tucker accepted a plea deal to the lesser charge of second-degree manslaughter and was sentenced to 6 years and 3 months in prison, with an added 3 years of probation after her release. After her conviction, Tucker sued her attorney for giving her phone to the prosecutor, which ultimately led to their discovery of the video. A judge dismissed her lawsuit due to a rule that states you can only sue your criminal defense lawyer for negligence if you've been exonerated for the crime. While in jail, Tucker received new charges related to the unlawful possession of heroin and supplying contraband, charges which were later dismissed. 26-year-old Aisling Tucker Moore Reed served her sentence at the Coffee Creek Correctional Facility in Wilsonville, Oregon, and was reportedly released in November 2024.
Bro, she only did like... Bro, what the hell? She barely did time for killing someone. Unless that was self-defense and I just missed something, but in the video it didn't seem like it. See, that was a crazy story, not gonna lie. There was, I mean, in that video it literally showed there was no need for it.
I'm a notary. I got called to do a sign.
He wasn't like trying to break in the door or something. Alright, so let me see.